Welcome to the Dr. Erin Show. May you live your truth. Live from Los Angeles, this is Dr. Erin, Dr. Divinity, and a New Thought minister, actually. I don't know if you guys realize that or not, but yes, I am a minister of what's called Science of Mind. That has nothing to do with Scientology and has everything to do with the New Thought movement, which is a lineage which dates back as far as time, but really starts from Phineas Quimby and from Emerson, knowing that we did not need to go to church to have a relationship with God, because God is our higher self, it's our true self, and no walls can dictate that. It's a state of mind, a consciousness, a tapping into the truth. So we come together each day to know the truth, live on spiritual principle, and align with universal law. We also come together in a community in Soulciete as the #1 spiritual leaders community in the world, committed to enlightenment, empowerment, and entrepreneurship. We truly believe that when somebody awakens, they have a gift and message to bring to the world, and we are awakening the world together, committed to awakening 1 billion people. So let's do this thing, you guys. We are on the topic of relationships, love and relationships. So today I want to talk about relationship mastery and the law of love. Rumi said, "Your task is not to seek for love, but merely to seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against it." So it's always about just getting out of the way. Consciousness, healing, subconscious work is all about removing the limiting beliefs and all of those barriers, those basically the things that condense our soul into a little segment, a sliver of this pie. When we release those limiting beliefs, we open up and expand consciousness, and we open up to the true consciousness, the cosmic consciousness, the Christ consciousness, the Buddhist consciousness, love, our true self. That's right. So, look, I truly believe that all of life is love, that there's not a drop of it. Even the most evil of evil things that have happened on this planet are really all for our expanding, for our relative experience, and for us to be able to choose what we do want to create. So I believe that the universe is conspiring to bring you love from the moment you wake up to the minute your consciousness dozes off into a peaceful slumber at night. The universe is at work, acknowledging the hundreds and thousands of things that are conspiring for you. The sun shines despite a cloudy day, bringing you life. The air you breathe has billions of years in the making, which allows you the miracle to live on Earth. The trees live to give you oxygen, feeding your body with energy. The full moon comes time after time, influencing the tides that you can swim in the ocean's playground. The clouds separate and spring at dawn for a beautiful glimpse of a rainbow, and reminds you of this extraordinary experience. You can see how the challenges and obstacles and problems are brought to you as an opportunity to grow, to learn, to expand. You experience in this revelation regarding world events, shifting it, seeing the evil and horrific events, and seeing how they're wake-up calls for us to really actually come together in love and in harmony. And finally, I know that I've shed so many tears of joy knowing that if something doesn't feel right, I can act and change it. And this is why this is all called love, every last drop of it. But coming back into relationships, we know love just is. Relationships can be complex as human beings, right? So we know that the primary relationship is within. All other relationships are the projection and reflection of our ability or inability to love, that always the work is within. Because if we're able to fully love ourselves, we're fully able to love all of life. So first and foremost, the most important relationship is you. It's the one. You are the one you've been waiting for, right? All the relationships are the reflection of the primary relationship. The inner work is always to heal the connection between you and your higher self. And that's the true yoga. That is the merging of into the one self and the true love. Every relationship that you encounter is the ultimate mirror that reflects you. It's the opportunity to grow, create, evolve. You get to discover more and more the depths of your soul with every relationship out there. Relationships are the platform for learning and for your spiritual growth. You know, it's a sacred space for you to observe your limiting beliefs. What do you believe? Where are you resisting in relationships? Why, are you trying to make people wrong? Are you, seeing yourself as separate from them? These are the depths and depths and depths and such the cool spiritual mastery of relationships. I don't think we're ever going to finish or complete that mastery. Otherwise, we probably wouldn't be in this realm. So basically, they are the opportunity to discover what you like, what you don't like, where you are in your consciousness. And so just paying close attention to the relationships in your life this week. Begin to see how you relate to people. Are you attracting dysfunctional people? Are you entangling with people that don't bring you up? They drag you down. How are you interacting in your relationships? This is the depths and the place to heal. You can go into, subconscious work, you can go into meditation, you can go into therapy, you can do all this stuff. But when how do you know that you've grown? How do you know you've healed? Is when you go out in the world and you actually engage in relationships and you see how you actually react. How do you experience? How are you viewing? How are you perceiving these relationships? And so you get to know and you get to choose to align with people that are in alignment with what you want to experience. So I think there's kind of like 2 points of power in relationship. You either are seeing everything and everyone as a miracle and perfect as they are, or you're just not settling and you just choose and powerfully decide that this is the way you're going to have it and this is what you want to experience. And there's 2 different ways. I think that seeing everyone as the miracle is the easier way, but I also do not have dysfunction in my life whatsoever. I have no dysfunction and I have no negativity. It's something that took me lots of years to embody that and release certain relationships in my life. But in that, I had to also send them gratitude. I also had to, get clear that they served at some level and that they're perfect just as they are, and realizing that I still love all of them, and they no longer belonged in my physical life, in my inner circle. And having said that, I have hundreds and thousands of people that have stayed in my life that are amazing and miraculous and are more than joyful in my life and bring such abundance and harmony in my life. So I do believe that love is the most magical, mysterious, luminous, mystical concept of the universe. It literally guides all of life. It prevails, it heals, it surmounts the insurmountable. It makes the seamless impossible possible. We long for it, we seek for it deep in the heart. And we have to know that this is what births all creation, love. It restores harmony. Love is an integral human guiding force. And the law makes it possible. Love directs, and the universal law makes it possible. That's how we view, as New Thought ministers, how we view life. It is all love, and it's prevailing and going through into the 3D form through universal law, through this thing called energy. So, knowing that we need love, knowing that we are love, we unveil our authentic nature, which is pure love. We tear down the walls through subconscious work. We tear down the walls through basically looking and healing ourselves. And we ask ourselves, we don't want to not give ourselves to love. We want to express ourselves in a loving way. How do we do that? We have to do our inner work. We have to do our subconscious work and get back to being able to love people. If you have PTSD, you've been in some, dysfunctional relationships, you've dealt with heartbreak, maybe your parents got divorced, maybe whatever, it's important to be able to bond again, to be able to trust again, to be able to be vulnerable again. The United States of America made history legalizing same-sex marriages on June 26, 2015. And that was a quantum leap for equality of loving. And I truly believe that everyone deserves to love. There are no bounds. There are no genders. There are no rules or regulations to love. It's what works for you. And so I acknowledge however you want to love, whether that be, in marriage, whether it be dating, whether it be polyamorous, whether that be gay, it doesn't matter. What matters is what works for you and what has your heart sing, your soul thrive, and knowing that we are all just loving beings. That's our true nature. And I believe there's 3 levels of a relationship. There is the level of the ego, which is what's in it for me. There's a level of, synergistic, basically interrelated, what's in it for us. And then there is the highest good, what's in it for the highest good. And I do believe there's different levels and different reasons why you're in relationship at different chapters of your life. And the point is to accept yourself exactly where you are and really begin to do some introspection of what it is for you that really matters for you in a relationship. Is it just compatibility? Is it intimacy? Is it to, grow in your career for the highest good for all? What is that for you? And you get to decide, knowing that as you embody that, the law of attraction, and you get to be the reflection of that, it has to be reflected. So the work remains the same. It involves decluttering from chaos, decluttering from things that no longer serve you, and going back to your truth. We wake up and discover who we are in relationship. Who am I? And we get to reprogram our limiting beliefs and release our trauma and heal our trauma and be able to get vulnerable again. We align to what's specifically true for us. What matters? What are we committed to? What are our values? And then we affirm every day in every way by thinking, being everything that we are, everything that we desire. So today's universal law is the law of love, which states that love informs creation, and the law is the internal mechanism in life that guides all things to order, harmony, and love. If the creative process is inverted, it creates chaos, harm, disorder. You could say dysfunction, all that stuff. This law will bound its effects. Love is the expression and expansion of spirit, your higher self, through desire. In terms of creation, through you as you. All of life is designed to awaken to self, you, to your greatest love, the love within, and expressing that and reflecting that back. And so today's daily spiritual practice is to love without limits. So just taking inventory, to what extent do you feel uncomfortable loving? Do you feel unconditional in your love or conditions in your love? What is that for you? Do you embody that which you seek? Do you stay open-minded and minimize the projection of fears and limiting beliefs into your relationship? Do you allow it instead of forcing it into something? So what limiting beliefs do you have about relationships? Love hurts, people don't care, relationships never last. What are your beliefs that are holding you back from fully loving? Where are you projecting in the future instead of just staying present here now and enjoying a human being and allowing the possibility to unfold? What limiting beliefs did your parents instill about relationships? What did the culture and society teach you about love and relationships? Where did you learn in the movies? What false programming no longer serves? List the times you base your self-worth on your relationship, meaning where did you hand your power over, your joy? No one can ever be your source of joy, because the minute you assign them as your source of joy, they instantaneously become your source of suffering. It's impossible. So just know that. You have to have that love and know and connect within and know that's your only source of love. That's your only source of joy ever. It's your consideration and the meaning that you put on your relationships that has you experience suffering or joy, heaven or hell. And so just taking some time to journal today, that's the challenge today, is what things do you like within relationships? What do you not like within relationships? What expectations do you have? And do those expectations serve you anymore? Are they unrealistic? Seriously. Or are they something that you really do expect and that you demand this? So what limiting beliefs do you have that you're willing to give up to experience more freedom in your relationship? I think that's the most important question. What limiting beliefs do you have that you are willing to give up to experience more freedom in your relationships? That's a question to ask yourself. And so on that note, I simply know love is your true nature. You are nothing but love. Life is only love. And so there is no such thing as a lack of love. There's only a lack of truth. And so in that, I know the ultimate relationship is within, and healing and connecting to that true source so that you can know who you are. You are the one you've been waiting for. May you live your truth. Thanks again for tuning in to Dr. Erin and Soulciete podcast. I'd like to invite you to write a review on iTunes. Also, I have a free gift for you, a money meditation and worksheet, which you can find at soulciete.com. That's www.soulciete.com. Or 30 guided meditations at drerin.tv. That's www.drerin.tv. We also hold monthly Soulciete events that are all about transformation and building extraordinary community. You can also watch me live daily on goodmorninglalaland.com or Instagram at drerin.tv. Grab your free manifestation masterclass with the purchase of my international best-selling book, Awakening, a 40-day guide to unleashing your spiritual powers, life purpose, and manifesting your dreams at erinfallhaskell.com/awakening book.